In the world of true crime, few names evoke as much horror as Albert Fish. Known as the Werewolf of Wysteria, Fish's crimes were so grotesque that they defied comprehension. Behind the mask of a frail and harmless old man lay a predator who preyed upon society's most vulnerable. This is the harrowing story of Albert Fish, a man whose twisted deeds left a dark stain on history. Born in 1870, Albert Fish appeared to be an ordinary man, a soft-spoken father of six, but beneath his unassuming exterior lurked a deeply disturbed individual. By the early 1900s, Fish had begun to act on his dark impulses, preying on children in the poor neighborhoods of New York City. Fish's crimes escalated in 1928 when he lured 10-year-old Grace Budd from her family under the pretense of taking her to a birthday party. What followed was a crime so horrifying that it would cement Fish's place among America's most infamous killers. Grace never returned home, and her disappearance left the Budd families devastated. For 6 years, Grace's fate remained a mystery until a chilling letter arrived at the Budd household, written by Fish himself. The letter described in gruesome detail how he had killed and cannibalized their daughter. The words were so monstrous that they shocked even seasoned detectives. The letter became the key to tracking down Albert Fish. Detective traced the stationery to a boarding house where Fish had been staying. When they apprehended him in 1934, Fish confessed to Grace Budd's murder and revealed a history of crimes that defied imagination. Fish admitted to killing and mutilating several other children, though the true number of his victims remain unknown. He also confessed to unspeakable acts of self-harm and bizarre rituals that earned him the nickname the Gray Man and the Werewolf of Wysteria. The most disturbing revelation was Fish's complete lack of remorse. He described his crimes with a detached, almost matter-of-fact tone that left investigators horrified. His convictions painted a portrait of a man whose depravity knew no bounds. Albert Fish stood trial in 1935 for the murder of Grace Budd. His defense attempted to plead insanity, arguing that no sane person could commit such heinous acts. The jury, however, rejected the plea and found him guilty. Fish was sentenced to death but by electrocution. In 1936, Fish met his end in the electric chair at Sing Sing prison. His execution was met with widespread relief, but the horror of his crimes continued to haunt those who had followed the case. Fish's story has since become the stuff of nightmares, a chilling reminder of humanity's darkest potential. Despite his outward frailty and seemingly harmless demeanor, Albert Fish proved that evil can wear the most unassuming face. Albert Fish's crimes were so monstrous that they defied understanding, known by many names: the Gray Man, the Boogeyman, the Werewolf of Wysteria. He remains one of the most horrifying figures in true crime history. His story is a grim reminder that sometimes the most dangerous predators are those who appear the least threatening.